Before we begin, take a moment to notice that you chose to be here. Out of all of the places you could be, you gave yourself this time. So take a slow breath in and let it go. Let that breath mark the moment you stop reaching outward and begin arriving inward. Take one more slow, deep breath in with me. And exhale. Start to slowly relax the body. Take a moment to notice how your body is being fully supported now. Take one more gentle, deep breath in. And let it soften out. And allow yourself to receive whatever this meditation has for you tonight. The world did not lose its heart all at once. It happened slowly, one small forgetting at a time. A door closed instead of opened. A hand pulled back instead of offered. A person rushed past another person because their own pain had become too loud. And little by little, the world became louder, but not wiser. Busier, but not softer. More connected, but somehow more alone. Somewhere beneath all of it, the heart of the world kept beating. Quietly, patiently, waiting for someone to remember. Take a breath here. Maybe the world did not forget love itself. Maybe it forgot the old ways love used to move through us. The way people noticed who was missing. The way food could say what words could not. The way grief was not meant to be hidden. The way elders carried memory. The way children were allowed to wonder out loud. And somewhere along the way, the child stopped asking so many questions, not because the wonder left them, but because there was no one sitting still long enough to answer. The little voice that once asked why the moon followed the car, why birds knew where to fly, why people cried when they were happy, began to soften, then quiet, then wait. And somewhere along the way, the elders stopped telling so many stories, not because the stories were gone, but because no one sat long enough to listen. The old memories stayed inside them. The recipes, the warnings, the laughter, the names of people who came before us, the way life used to feel when neighbors knew each other and evenings had room to breathe. That is a kind of loss, too. A child with unanswered wonder, an elder with untold stories, a world moving so fast, it forgets the people carrying its memory. And maybe this is why we ache for certain things we cannot quite explain. Maybe we do not only miss the old songs, the burned CDs, the handwritten notes folded into little squares, the sound of a phone ringing in the house and everybody wondering who it was for. Maybe we missed this time because life still had places to stop. A phone call happened in one room. A picture was taken, and no one knew how it turned out until days later. A song came on the radio, and if you loved it, you stayed still and listened. There were long afternoons when no one could reach you unless they came to the door. There were neighborhood kids outside until the sky changed color. There were mall fountains, movie aisles, sleepovers, notes passed in class, and photo albums with corners worn soft from being touched. There was boredom, and boredom opened a door. It made room for imagination. It made room for walking around the block, calling a friend, sitting on the floor, staring at the ceiling, making something out of nothing. We miss that. Not because everything was perfect. It was not. But because life felt easier to touch. Moments belong to the people inside them, not to an audience, not to a feed, not to 100 invisible opinions. You could be somewhere completely. You could miss someone and just miss them. You could wait. You could wonder. You could have a private life. And maybe that is what the heart is grieving now. Not only the past, the pace, the privacy, the mystery, the feeling of being fully inside your own life. Breathe that in. Let yourself admit it. I miss when life felt slower. I miss when people looked up. I miss when a moment did not have to prove anything. I miss when love was not constant access, but real presence. I miss being unreachable sometimes. I miss being known by a few people deeply, instead of seen by many people briefly. And now, gently, let your body hear this. Missing that does not mean you want to go backward. It means something in you still knows what it is to be human. Something in you still knows that the soul was not made to live in a constant storm of noise. Somewhere along the way, many of us became guarded. And maybe we had reasons. Maybe disappointment taught us to close. Maybe betrayal taught us to protect. Maybe exhaustion taught us to go numb. Maybe the constant noise of the world made it easier to scroll than to feel. And there is one thing I must say gently, because I say it with love. It breaks my heart sometimes to see us standing beside each other, but not really with each other. Faces lit by little screens, while the living world waits quietly around us. The sky changing color above our heads. The trees moving in the wind. The person beside us holding an entire universe in their chest. And still So many eyes are lowered. So many hearts are searching for connection through glass, while standing inches away from another human being who is also lonely. And I do not say this with blame. I say it with tenderness, because I know we are overwhelmed. I know the world has become loud. I know silence can feel awkward now, and eye contact can feel almost too intimate, and real conversation can feel like stepping into water when we have forgotten how to swim. You were not made only for screens. You were made for kitchen tables, for front porches, for shared laughter, real laughter that makes someone wipe their eyes, for stories told slowly, for sitting beside someone without needing to perform, for actually noticing when a voice changes, for saying, "Are you really okay?" and for sitting still and hearing the answer. Now bring one hand to your heart if that feels right, or simply imagine your awareness resting there. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. This heartbeat inside you is not separate from everybody else. You are not watching humanity from somewhere far away. You are part of it. You were made for the sacred little moments that cannot be saved to a camera roll. You were made for that long hug. You were made from that smile you received from a stranger, and maybe that conversation that starts with nothing and somehow becomes everything. May we remember how to look up again. May we remember the medicine of someone's eyes. May we remember that a human voice, offered gently, can soften places that no algorithm can reach. May we remember that the person beside us is not background scenery. They are a universe, just like you. They are carrying memories, grief, hope, fear, tenderness, and 1,000 invisible prayers, just like us. And maybe we heal just by simply putting our phone down. You do not have to throw your phone away. You do not have to reject the modern world. You only have to remember how important your presence is, your attention, the way you look at somebody and truly make them feel seen. Please choose not to let distraction steal your whole life. I know you have been through so much. We have survived years that have changed the way people breathe around each other. We have learned new kinds of distance, new kinds of worry, new kinds of loneliness. We have watched families disagree, communities divide, and truth constantly becoming tangled. People speak to each other with sharp edges because their own hearts are aching. We have watched recently the earth herself speak in storms, heat, Fires, floods, and changing seasons. We have recently watched children grow up with questions no child should ever have to carry. But there still is so much beauty. Don't forget that. Don't forget that in the noise. There's still people doing such beautiful things every single day. Somebody's planting flowers outside. Somebody going out of their way to rescue an animal. There's somebody choosing sobriety and somebody leaving a harmful place, no matter how scary that looks. There's somebody beginning again at 50, at 60, at 72. There is somebody right now holding a stranger's hand in the worst moment of their life. Somebody is staying gentle in a world that keeps giving them reasons not to. This is all of us. This is humanity. Do not forget this. Do not let the loudest voices you hear right now convince you that love has disappeared. Love is quieter than fear sometimes, but it is still here. And maybe love does not always look like saving someone. Maybe love is truly listening. Maybe love is apologizing. Maybe love is setting a boundary without hatred. Maybe love is letting someone be different from you without needing to make them your enemy. So let this meditation be a beginning, a small one, the kind the world may never applaud, but the kind the world so desperately needs. A beginning where you decide, I will not let this world steal my heart. I will not become careless with people. I will not confuse being busy with being alive. I will not confuse being connected online with actually being deeply known. May we truly remember each other. We are not separate from one another. May we remember that every face has a story. And before we judge, may we remember that every sharp word someone might have, there's often an ache beneath it. May we remember that people need tenderness from us, not just our opinions. And may we remember that we have children watching how we love one another. And that's going to be the future. All the children that you see now. So please, do not give up on your own goodness. Do not let the noise convince you now that tenderness is foolish. Do not let cruelty make you cruel. And do not let grief make you numb forever. Do not let fear be the only voice you follow. There's another voice, quieter, older, and much wiser. The voice that says, hold the door open, call the friend, feed the animal, check on your neighbor, speak gently to your children. Take time to actually sit and listen to the elderly. Breathe. Sit under a tree and simply look at the sky. Tell the truth. Rest when you are tired. Begin again when you forget. Love everywhere that you can. And when you simply cannot, at least do not add more harm. That is enough for one breath. Feel your body breathing now. Feel the surface beneath you. Feel the life still moving through you. You do not have to carry the weight of the world on your chest tonight. You are allowed to love the world and still rest. You are allowed to say, I will begin again tomorrow. I will be kinder where I can. I will be more present where I can. I will listen where I can. I will protect my heart without closing it completely. I will be one small place where humanity becomes gentler. And for today, that is enough. Imagine the steadiness in your heart now, becoming calm and settled. Not disappearing, just resting. A quiet rhythm you can carry with you. Maybe tomorrow you will remember that changing the world does not always begin with changing millions of lives. Sometimes it begins with changing the energy you bring into one room, one conversation, one relationship, one moment, and one breath. Let it begin here. Let it begin with this heart. Let it begin with the way you choose to move through this world. Slowly, gently, beautifully. Let your breath deepen. Let your shoulders drop. Let the muscles around your heart soften. You have listened with love. You have held the world tenderly for a little while. Now let yourself be held too. May you be blessed for caring, blessed for feeling, and blessed for still believing in goodness. The world needs that. The world needs you. Now take one final slow deep breath in. And as you exhale, imagine sending one simple blessing out into the world. When you're ready, start wiggling your fingers and your toes. Become more aware of your breath in the room around you now. And I hope you carry this message in your heart. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Thank you for being here today. Namaste.